What's up YouTube, it's your boy Iggy, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Today you may notice something a little different. We are actually not in the 1.17 survival world. We are back in my old personal 1.16 lockdown world. And this is, what I hope to or aspire to do with the 1.17 one. But the reason that we're here today is to go and have a look at the iron farm that I plan to build in our current world that we're working on right now, which is slowly progressing. But something like this obviously doesn't just happen in a few episodes. In this world I actually started off living in this building right here, which is similar to our starter house, and was there for a very long time. I think this was the second building because I needed a wool farm, but maybe I think that was the third, because that was where my nether portal and villager area was going. But today we're actually coming over here to have a gander at this iron farm that I had built but never really encased. That was a project that maybe I still will come back at some point and do. There's my phantom farm, creeper farm, what are those called, coarse fruit. But basically I just needed to come over here and have a quick measurement of the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it's on the 9th block. Okay, that's all I needed, just to know where that was. But you can see Castle Iggy looking fantastic over there in the distance. Got the little bee farm. I really like this world. I should come back and play in this more often. If you guys would be interested in seeing, like a second Let's Play series that is just kind of me messing around in this world, be sure to let me know in the comments. I do read all the comments, and I really appreciate your guys' comments when you leave them. So if you'd like to see, personal world alongside of the, Let's Play one that's still growing, to show how you get to something like this, basically, is what I'm trying to do with the series that we're working on right now. Is, the most efficient way to go from starting the game with nothing to, having yourself a whole empire like this one. And I mean, we can go up here and see we've got the entire little city here all fully lit. This entire island is 100% spawn proof. We've got the castle over here. This was designed by Blue Nerd that I had tweaked. I'll probably leave a link to his channel description below, because he's kind of the one that taught me how to build the medieval style buildings like this. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in here, get that measurement, and just have another look at this world. I haven't played here in a little while. I don't think I have the render distance high enough, but we got the Tuscan villa over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut here, and when we rejoin, we'll be back up in the current world and ready to start some projects. And it's gonna be a lot of fun, with probably a lot of frustrations, because we are doing things with villagers today, and villagers are probably one of my favorite, most overpowered features of Minecraft, but they are also the most painful thing on the damn planet to deal with. So we are back in the current new world. We've got our, big town hall building there, and I figured we would dump our iron farm right here, so it's kind of central to all the other farms. So as we're doing stuff around this area, it's always chugging along, and it's a decent ways away from the villager breeder over there, so that should not cause any issues. I have got a chest right here with the beds, just because I wasn't trying to fill my inventory just yet, just in case. And then just all the dirt and stuff I got from clearing the area right there. So basically we are going to be following a design by Logical Geek Boy from his Simply Minecraft series. This works for 1.16 and 1.17. And I'll put a link to his tutorial in the description. We're going to kind of do it step by step here with some cuts, as opposed to block by block, just so, to make sure, if you really want to build this thing, that he gets the full credit for it. So one thing he does not mention at the beginning of his video is that you want these to come up like you're at the very beginning when you do the the cobblestone wall, which is step 1, you're going to want to come up 8. So this is 1. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to tear this down and do it again to show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the 9th block is where you are going to place your cobblestone walls, as the description describes. So I'm going to go ahead and get the little zombie chamber in here real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll head to the next step. Alrighty, so we have got the zombie box set up, and not a moment too soon because nightfall is coming, which is perfect for us. Basically, what we got to do is get the zombie up into that little chamber right there. So we've got our little pathway up. I have placed, let's see here, I will show you. So in the area where the zombie drops down into, I've got a trap door right above this block. There's 2-block gap with a dirt block, a trap door, so the zombie cannot get under the trap door to reach me. And then once he walks up here, let me get a torch in my offhand so we can see a little bit better. Once he gets up here, we'll flip the trap door open, he'll fall in, and then we can put a block above him so he does not get killed by the sunlight. And then, you know what? I should grab that name tag just so he does not despawn, which is perfect because it'll give some time for the mobs to spawn out here in the field. Alrighty, got my name tag. We're going to name him Zombino. Whoops. Zombino. Zombino. Perfect. Got that. Head back out. Alright, let's go find us a zombie. Should not be too hard. I see mobs already starting to spawn out here. Oh, don't push me near the creeper. Did you piss off, dude? Alright, this is always a dangerous area because mobs like to come wandering out of nowhere. I've had my sheep wall destroyed multiple times out here. Alright, there we go. We got a zombie right there. You're perfect. Come on. Follow me, dude. You are the chosen one. And you've got a hat, so you're sunproof. I love it. And I'm not going to name you until you're actually in my contraption, just because we got dudes like this that could potentially ruin everything. Okay. Oh, and that's a creeper. Okay, there we go. Alright. I think we've got just a zombie now. We're just gonna start hopping up here. Yep, all the way up. Come on, dude. Let's pop that open. Goodbye, in you go. And we're just gonna close that so you don't bounce around and get some sleep. That went surprisingly easy and painless, which almost never happens. I'm sure the villagers will more than make up for it here, though. So now that we got the zombie, I'm going to continue doing the next bits of the farm, and then we'll join back up once I started getting some of that in. Okay, so we got the next step in. Basically, what you want to do is from your zombie here, from the top block that's kind of keeping him in his chamber, you'll come out 5 blocks. On the 5th block, you'll place a bed, come over, place another bed facing out away from the block. So you place it on that, so it goes that direction. And then same thing over here. So you have 3 on each side. So it's 5 blocks out, bed on the 5th block, gap, bed, and then you can remove all the dirt and everything. And then for above the actual zombie himself, I totally just messed that up and fell. You basically have a 1 block gap above his head where you have a solid block. On top of that, you have a lever. To either side, a sticky piston facing down into a block of your choice. That's going to basically block the line of sight from the villagers when you want to turn the farm off. And then on top of the pistons, just to make sure they are spawn proof, you want to put like a button or pressure plate, something like that. Probably a button just in case you ever are up there and you land on it. So I'm going to get the temporary dirt blocks taken out and start working on the next step, which I believe is going to be the iron golem spawning platforms. There's going to be 2 of them, 1 on either side. So I'm going to get those put in, and then we'll join back up and have a look at them, see how this thing's coming along. Alrighty, so I've got one of the platforms in, and I figured I would build the second one here. So what we're going to do is from corner bed here, we're going to come over onto this one. So 1 block out diagonally on the inside. We're going to come up 2. we're going to grab our building blocks, and we're going to go like that, and then we're going to come over by 3, so 4 total, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to fill all of these in like so. Perfect. And then we are going to take our glass, and on the side with 5, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. On the side 1, 2, 3. So we've got something like that. And then we are going to grab some temporary blocks here. And let's see. How am I going to do this? Didn't think this through. Alright, we're going to have to go down real quick. And tower back up. Because what we need is blocks right there. And then take this down because this is no longer where we are climbing up. So now we need a way on top of this thing. So we are going to just kind of tower up right here. Hop back up, and then that will allow us to place a hopper facing down into that block, hopper into that hopper, and a hopper into that hopper. We will then come down and remove all of this excess stuff. Where's my dirt? Just bridge across over here, tear that down, get rid of that, get rid of that, tower back up. So we're on top of this thing. And then what we need to do is make a perimeter all the way around. And you have to do this with glass because it's spawn proof. If you're wondering what these lines are coming out of the beds, it's basically 8 blocks. So there's an 8-block line of dirt going out, 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 and down. That is the area that needs to stay clear of potentially spawnable blocks. Otherwise, the iron golems will spawn there, and you want them to spawn inside of these chambers. So basically, because I've got that other building right there, I'm going to have to figure out a way to build a structure around this in such a way that it doesn't interfere with the 8 blocks down or the 8 blocks out. So it may actually end up connecting with this building somehow. We'll have to see how that goes. Should be interesting, but back to over here, what we're going to do is finish our perimeter all the way around this thing. You're going to, let's see, I can't remember. Do you put the glass on top of the, no, you do not. So you're going to overshoot the glass like so. Oops. Not like that. Want that back. Just make a full casing like so, and then it's going to be 2 blocks high all the way around. Also out of glass because you do not want your iron golem spawning on the edges of this thing. So I'm going to try to get this in real quick before nightfall. And then over here, depending if you have the corners or not, I leave the corners, but you need a block. Let's see, 1, 2, and then if you have the corner, I put 1 there. If you don't, then don't. And then 1, 2 right here. You're going to take your signs like so, and 1 is going to go here, 1 is going to go here, and then 1 is going to go on, let's see, this one right there. So basically your lava bucket is going to be placed right here on either side, and your water bucket is going to be placed right here on either side. And basically that will push the golems to the corners where they will get killed by the lava that will be right there. All of their drops will fall into the hopper or the water stream and get pushed into the hopper. And yeah, that's how you get your iron. And so basically you're gonna have a hopper chain going down. I actually plan to put a item sorter in this to sort the poppies out from the iron, because I'd rather just convert the poppies into bone meal. So that's going to be one of the things that we kind of got down in the middle down here. So let me just get out of this thing and go get the water buckets and the lava buckets that we're going to need to actually get these platforms finished. I mean, they're done otherwise. They just need water in each and lava in each. So I got to go get 2 water buckets, 2 lava buckets, and then I will be back with you. Alrighty, so we are back up here on top of the farm, and I just figured I would show you where to put the water. So the water will go in that block right there, and that will push everything right up to the hoppers, and then your lava will go in between these signs right there. And basically, just if you plan on putting a structure around this, you want to come out the 8 blocks and then mark the 9th block on the ground, because we are going to have to tear out this dirt because it is a spawning risk if we leave it in. So as you can see, just to double check, I have my glass block right down there. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and tear all of the dirt out here on, let's see, either side. So we'll do this other side first. Just do that. Tear all of this out. And with this one. And then I'm going to leave the one underneath because obviously nothing can spawn on top of that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side just to measure it out. And then we are going to have to get some villagers into this thing, which is going to probably be nightmarish. I've got a little bit of a trick using the activator rails, so that should hopefully help a little bit. We'll see how it goes, but I basically am going to have to make a super long rail line all the way from the villager breeder over there over to over here so we can get the villagers up in these beds. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that other lava bucket in, get this all measured out, and then start working on the villager track. And then once I've got a track coming over here, I'll show you what I put together, and then we will attempt to get some villagers in this thing. So hopefully it doesn't go too horrible, but I mean, even just not that horrible would be nice, considering we're working with villagers here. So, like I said, get this in and we'll be right back. Alrighty, it's time to get some villagers. I've got one long railway set all the way back. We got some powered rails going up here. And just to show you what I've done, so basically the block under just to the left of the bed is a glass block with nothing above it, but on either of the 3 sides. So above this is open, above the bed is open, but there's a block here on the other side, and it repeats that all the way down. So basically, coming from underneath the bed, you've got a glass block with an air block above it, a glass block with an activator rail on it, a glass block with a lever with the lever switched on to power the activator rail. Above the activator rails, you're going to have a glass block, and then basically repeat that all the way down, and then a powered rail that's unpowered at the very end. And so the way the activators work is it will always eject what its cargo to the right. So when we do it on this side, we're going to have to be on the left here so that it will eject them to the right. Because if you were to build this on the outer side and have the beds over here, it would not, it would stick them out on the right and not on the left. So basically just same thing all the way down. We're going to go back over to our villager breeder over here. Make sure I've got enough rails. Okay, I've got plenty. And I've got a track going. I figured I would just push them just to make sure they actually go where they're supposed to go. So we can just come right over here. I should have enough villagers saved up. We may have to breed 1 or 2 more. That's no big deal. So we'll just go ahead and hit the button. Villager comes out and off he goes. Yep, right up. Perfect. Just keep following him along. Perfect. Okay, so he made it up both the inclines. And it's just going to make it over here. So you'll see he will go up. And it spat him out exactly where he was supposed to get spat out at. And then our rail stops, or our minecart stops at the rail at the end. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of that activator rail. Place a regular rail. And then I need to figure out a way to go and get my minecart back. We're just going to kind of worm our way around here. Perfect, okay. And now we're just going to do this 2 more times with the villagers. So they will pass through the glass blocks, hit the activator rails. We'll get rid of the lever just in case. I don't think it's going to do anything, but pop that off. So the next one will get put into there, and then once it is nighttime and the villagers get into bed, I currently have the zombie thing closed so they are not making a line of sight with the zombie. So once it's nighttime, so I should probably get moving here, the villagers will get into the beds, and that will be our opportunity to go up there and remove those glass blocks so that they have nowhere to stand and sleep but on their respective beds. So let's go ahead and get our next guy here. We'll see if we can get all 3 of them in while we still have daylight. So there's dude number 2. Oh, and I totally messed it up. All right, well. No. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, man, you're going to have an interesting life of constant terror. I don't envy you, but sometimes sacrifices need to be made. Up you go. Up you go. All right, so we'll push this guy along. You go. Oh my goodness, come on. Your friend was so much more cooperative than you are. Come on, just go, dude. Move it. You're wasting daylight. And up he goes. And this did not have enough power. Why did this not have enough? Okay, you know what? I'm getting real sick of you guys. Perfect. All right. Well, let's see if you have enough oomph to go. All right. Yep. And see, he got spat into the second little cubicle. I'm not sure what he is. Oh, he's actually on his bed, so I could have gotten rid of that rail, but oh well. So we'll get rid of that. Place down a regular one. Get rid of that. Go back over here and get our minecart back. Perfect. And we will go get villager number 3. And I figured I would just do all 3 of these guys on camera in case there's any fun struggles with them. The second batch I'll probably do off camera. I'm just showing you how the activators actually work. Because for the longest time, I had no idea how to use activator rails or what they did. But yeah, now that I know, it's definitely great. So I'm going to make sure I'm out of the way here. We'll hit that. Get him going. And he should hopefully have some speed like the first dude to be able to make it all the way. And up you go. Perfect. And he is where he needs to be. So now I guess I can start removing all of the rails so that we can use them for the other side. And you got to be real careful not to break any of these like other glass blocks until the villagers are actually asleep in their beds. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun. So I am just going to go ahead and wait for nightfall, and then once it's dark out, I will show you. Oh, we got a guy on the bed. So that means that we can just come right up here, get rid of that. And I believe we should, you know, I'm just going to leave this one to be safe. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and wait for nighttime. And then once it's night, I will show you how to, we'll tear all this down and then I'll reconstruct it, do it on the other side, and we'll take a look at how the farm's working. It does occur to me that I am going to need to finish the hopper lines to actually collect the items from the golems, but that's we can do that. That's no big deal. So I'll be right back with you once we've got some sleepy villagers. Alrighty. It looks like we've got villagers going to sleep. I mean, these two are already on their beds. I don't know if they think they're supposed to have the other bed. They should have claimed the one that they've got, but either way, this is the part where we can start removing these blocks. Make sure we get rid of all of these as soon as possible. Get all my stuff back before the mobs start spawning. We need to tear that dirt down. because we don't want him jumping from over there to over here. So we'll just get all this taken out. And then we will sleep. All right, perfect. And the farm, actually, it looked like he did sleep in the correct bed. So it looks like the farm is halfway done. We just got to go ahead and get the other line of villagers in. I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll join back up and have a look at it. Alrighty, so we have got all of our villagers in position. I'm just picking up the little ramp that we had set up here. So now I just got to duplicate what I got with these hoppers over here on this side so that we can get the hopper chain going in here and then have it sort out into what's the word, a composter in the middle. So I'm going to work on getting that set up here real quick, and then we will flip the farm on and have a look and see how it works. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have got iron golems spawning on this side. I've yet to see one on this side, not too sure what's going on there, but hopefully we can give these guys a nudge so they start spawning the golems. Basically have a super long hopper line. Went ahead and used up majority of my iron for this project just because I figured we'd be getting more from the iron farm here. And basically the way that I've got it set up is from the corner hopper that the two hoppers are going into, I've got a long hopper line coming all the way down to where the iron golems cannot spawn. The first hopper that continues down has actually got a item sorter circuit on it, and that is to filter out the poppies. So the poppies will then go down, get composted, and come out into this chest as bone meal. The other ones here are just don't have item sorters because all that's left will be the iron, and this should be more than enough to contain the all the bone meal. So these will be plenty of time to fill up with iron. And then we got the same thing over here on the other side, just a straight drop down. We've got the item filters in there for the poppies, and then literally just mirrored over here. So overall, I am quite happy with how this turned out. We are going to have to come up with a cool design next episode to encase this thing in. You know, maybe a building like this, a little bit taller, maybe a tower or something. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I'll think about that in between episodes, but I think that's going to just about do it for today's episode. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Get subscribed, leave a comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments, so they're always appreciated. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter and Twitch, both at EVGA Associate. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.